let's jump right in, shall we? Today, we're taking a deep dive into the life and legacy of Tshala Muana,
Queen of Mtuashi.
Exactly, and it's clear you guys are interested in going beyond just the basics. So we've gathered some incredible sources, really digging into her impact, her journey. It's fascinating stuff.
This is going to be a good one.
Yeah, for sure.
This deep dive should be really fascinating.
Right.
She was known as the Queen of Mtuashi.
Oh, yeah.
Which, I mean, already that sounds really cool.
Absolutely.
And looking at the stuff you gave me, I'm excited to see what made her such an influential figure.
I think.
Not just in music, but politically, too.
Yeah, well, it's fascinating how those two worlds collide in her life.
Yeah.
Music and politics. It's not a common combination.
No.
But she navigated both with incredible impact.
I'm curious about the music first.
Okay.
You know, like the foundation of it all. This Mtuashi style she's famous for. Can you tell me about that?
Okay.
It's a traditional style from the Luba people, right?
You got it.
Seems like a pretty deep well to draw from.
Yeah, it goes way back. Like, we're talking Middle Ages.
Wow.
Middle Ages, music with roots that old.
Absolutely. And when you say Queen of Mtuashi, it's not just a catchy title.
Oh, no, not at all.
It really speaks to how she brought Mtuashi to the world, you know, without losing that essential Congolese heart.
And for those who haven't had the pleasure of experiencing Mtuashi, it's, well, how would you even describe it?
Imagine like drums that echo ancient heartbeats, and then you layer on these intricate vocal harmonies.
I love that, ancient heartbeats. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so think of it like a musical conversation with call and response vocals, super rhythmic and high energy.
Oh, crap.
Drums are a huge part of it, a lot of traditional instruments. It's music for dancing, storytelling, celebration, a real heart of the community kind of thing.
It's truly the sound of the Luba people, their stories, their heritage. And Tshala Muana, she took that tradition and infused it with modern elements.
Creating something honestly unique.
Absolutely, and it resonated with people so deeply, like a bridge between generations.
And that connection, it earned her more than just a musical title, right?
Oh, absolutely. She was Mama National, the mother of the nation.
Wow, that's powerful.
It is. It speaks volumes about her relationship with the Congolese people. And she didn't just like dabble either.
No.
This is like, we're talking over 15 albums.
Over 15 albums.
Producing her own music.
Yeah.
Mentoring young talents.
Absolutely.
Even a final collaboration with Peter Kamandua on a song called Afrotopia.
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard this one?
I have, and it's a wonderful example of her ability to blend musical worlds.
Oh, wow.
Tshala Muana was never afraid to experiment, to pull from different influences to make something truly unique.
She wasn't just entertaining, she was reflecting their lives, their struggles, their hopes.
All through her music.
All through it.
And to think, this journey began in Elizabethville, now Lubumbashi, where she was born.
May 13th, 1958.
Right in the midst of huge change in Congo, right around independence.
It's almost like her life and career mirrored those transformations.
Becoming this powerful voice.
For a nation finding its own identity.
Exactly. And speaking of that voice, we've got to talk about her music career, which, by the way, is extensive.
Oh, yeah. We've got a list of her albums here, and it's impressive.
It really is. And you can see her evolution as an artist.
Like, take Mamu National, the album.
Oh, yeah. Such a powerful title.
It embodies her connection to the Congolese people. It's not just the title track. Every song on that album tells a story.
Reflecting Congolese life.
The resilience, the whole spectrum.
When I first listened to that album, it was like being let in on a secret.
A glimpse into a culture.
Yes, exactly. And she had that ability to share a piece of her soul.
And a piece of her nation's soul.
Right through her music. But she didn't stop at singing and performing.
No, not at all.
In the 2000s, she started producing her own music as well.
Taking control, shaping her vision even further.
True trailblazer, especially for women in the Congolese music scene at that time.
Absolutely. And it wasn't just about making music. It was about controlling her narrative, her legacy.
And speaking of legacy, she also made it a point to champion a whole new generation of musicians.
Oh, yeah. Mentoring, guiding. Imagine having the Queen of Mtuashi as your mentor.
That's incredible. And it wasn't just about giving them a platform, was it?
No. Think of MJ30, a young artist blending traditional Congolese sounds with modern hip-hop.
Interesting.
Tshala Muana didn't just endorse him, she encouraged that fusion, that pushing of boundaries.
She saw the bigger picture, the long-term impact.
It was about ensuring that Mtuashi and Congolese music overall continued to evolve.
Stay relevant for future generations.
Exactly. And it really showed a different side to her, a nurturing side.
Beyond the dazzling stage presence.
She wasn't just the queen, she was a mother figure to these young artists, guiding them.
Helping them find their own voices.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting.
Yeah.
That same drive and ambition seems like it went beyond music, too.
Right.
There's mention of an acting career.
Yes.
A starring role in a film from 1989 called Filato.
Filato, that's right.
Starring in Filato back in 1989, directed by Mahamadou Cissé.
What a film, such a powerful story, and she was captivating in it.
It proved she could command the screen just as powerfully as she commanded the stage.
It's like she wasn't confined to just one world.
A true artist exploring different avenues.
Constantly pushing boundaries, seeking new ways to connect.
Through music, dance, film, her vision always shone through.
So we've got this incredible singer, dancer, producer, mentor, actress, all in one.
It's no wonder she became such a cultural icon.
And her journey wasn't easy.
Navigating Congo's complex political landscape, societal expectations.
Yet she never let those challenges dim her light.
That's where her story gets even more interesting, how those forces shaped her music.
How she stayed true to herself and her art in the face of all that.
That's what we'll delve into next, because her story isn't just about the music or the performance.
about the power of art.
reflecting a nation's soul and inspiring change.
And trust me, there is so much more to uncover.
It's important to remember her music wasn't just like a soundtrack, it was a reflection of Congo itself.
The joys, the struggles.
All of it. And sometimes those reflections, well, they weren't always pretty.
Right. She tackled some tough themes: corruption, poverty.
Exactly. And she didn't shy away from challenging the status quo, calling out injustice, even if it meant ruffling some feathers.
It's almost like her music became a form of activism.
Absolutely. Giving a voice to those who couldn't speak up.
And she did it so skillfully, weaving these messages into her music.
Like Karibu Yangu, on the surface, a catchy dance tune.
Oh, I love that one.
But the lyrics, they're a powerful critique of those in power.
Wow, I never realized that. There's so much depth there.
It's a call for change, accountability.
It wasn't just about entertainment, it was about sparking conversation, maybe even action.
And that's what made her so influential. She wasn't just singing about these issues, she was living them.
Experiencing them alongside her people.
That authenticity, it resonated so deeply.
But I imagine not everyone embraced that boldness.
You're right, some felt she was too political.
But she should just stick to singing and dancing.
They saw her music as a threat, to the established order.
So she was walking this tightrope, artistic expression, and social commentary.
A constant battle to stay true to her vision.
While navigating those expectations.
It speaks volumes about her courage. She didn't back down, even when facing backlash.
Censorship.
She understood the power of her voice, and she was determined to use it for good.
Really inspiring. But let's shift gears a bit, talk about Tshala Muana, the performer, the icon.
Oh yeah, the costumes, the dance moves.
While electrifying on stage.
She understood the power of spectacle, captivating her audience.
Those vibrant costumes.
Often incorporating traditional Congolese fabrics, patterns.
And her dance moves, blending traditional and modern styles.
Of nature.
It's impossible to look away when you watch her performances.
The energy, the passion, it draws you in.
And she wasn't just performing for Congolese audiences, right? She toured internationally.
Bringing Mtuashi to a global stage, earning fans worldwide.
From Elizabethville to the world, it's incredible. What do you think it was about her music that resonated with such diverse audiences?
I think it's the universality of her themes. Love, loss, resilience, hope.
Those emotions transcend borders.
And of course, there's the power of Mtuashi itself, that pulsating rhythm.
The vocal harmonies.
It just gets under your skin, makes you want to move.
Even if you don't understand the words, you can feel the emotion.
The energy.
It's infectious.
And Tshala Muana, she was the ultimate conduit for that energy.
She wasn't just singing it, she was embodying it.
Living it, sharing it with the world.
So as we reflect on this incredible woman, What are the key takeaways, the essence of her legacy?
Well, firstly, she taught us the power of music to transcend borders.
To connect people.
Secondly, the importance of using your platform to speak truth to power.
Fighting for what you believe in.
And lastly, she reminded us that tradition and innovation aren't mutually exclusive.
You can honor your heritage while still pushing boundaries.
Beautifully said. And we've focused a lot on her impact on Congolese music. But did her work inspire change in other areas?
Like social or political movements?
That's a great question. While she wasn't explicitly aligned with any specific movement, her boldness did have a ripple effect.
She became a symbol of resistance.
A reminder that one voice can make a difference.
It's like she gave people permission to speak up, to demand better.
Exactly, and that's a legacy that extends beyond music, showing us that art can be a catalyst for change.
Now, speaking of her musical legacy, we have to mention that incredible collection of albums.
Mbanda Matter, Kamis Nasinabali,
Mpolo, The Divine,
Antidote, Munanga, Biduaya.
A treasure trove waiting to be explored. Each album offers a glimpse into her evolution.
Experimenting with sounds, collaborating, pushing those boundaries of Mtuashi.
While always staying true to its roots.
It's like a musical journey through her life.
Through the evolution of Congolese music itself.
So she seemed to have like a real creative fire in her.
Absolutely, and that fire definitely spilled over into her political life as well.
Oh, okay.
This is where things get really interesting. Especially after she returned to Congo in 1997.
Okay.
After spending 2 decades in Paris.
Wow.
And she had a powerful ally in Laurent Désiré Kabila.
Oh.
A key figure in Congolese history.
Right.
His support opened doors for her.
Seems like she hit the ground running then.
Yeah, she did.
The sources mentioned her founding Rifeko.
Yes.
Which, I mean, for our listeners, a women's association.
Yeah.
She created to empower Congolese women.
That's right.
She also served in Parliament. Led the Women's League for the People's Party. For Reconstruction and Democracy, the PPRD.
Wow.
That's serious involvement.
Yeah, it's not just involvement, it's leadership.
Yeah.
She was clearly driven to make a difference in her country's political landscape.
Right.
But of course, no political journey is without its bumps.
Sure.
In 2011, she ran for a legislative seat and lost. Well, she claimed the election was rigged.
Really?
Which, gives you a sense of the political climate at the time.
Wow, yeah. That must have been a blow.
Yeah.
And things weren't always smooth sailing with the public either.
Right.
Some people boycotted her concerts.
Yeah.
Because of her support for Joseph Kabila, who followed his father into a leadership position.
Right. This is where her dual roles as artist and political fighter really collided.
Yeah.
Her music wasn't just entertainment.
Right.
It was her platform to share her beliefs.
Yeah.
Her vision for Congo. It's actually not that different from what we see with some artists today who use their platform to speak out on social issues.
Yeah.
They risk alienating some fans, but for them the message is that important.
It definitely adds another layer of complexity to her story.
For sure.
Makes you wonder how much her upbringing influenced those strong convictions.
Exactly.
Let's step back a bit.
Okay.
Look at her personal life.
Okay.
She was the second of 10 children.
Wow.
Her father was a soldier, mother a housewife.
Yeah, and her father was assassinated when she was only 6 years old.
Oh my gosh.
This happened during the Katanga War.
Wow.
Which was a tumultuous period in Congo's history.
Right.
So imagine the impact such a tragedy at such a young age must have had on her.
Yeah.
It makes you think about the resilience she must have developed early on.
It really does put things into perspective,
Yes.
and you can only imagine what it must have been like growing up amidst such conflict.
Exactly.
The sources also touch on rumors about a relationship with Laurent Désiré Kabila and her marriage to Claude Mashala, who was a businessman and politician.
Businessman and politician, yeah, there are definitely hints of intrigue there.
Yeah.
But it seems like she kept a lot of her personal life private.
Right.
Which is completely understandable.
Yeah. A good reminder that behind every public figure is a whole life story.
Right.
Full of experiences and relationships that shape who they are.
Absolutely. For someone new to Tshala Muana's music, where would you recommend they start?
That's a tough one, but Mamu National is a great starting point.
I agree. It really showcases her artistry.
Her social commentary, her connection to the people.
And some of her most iconic songs.
A must listen.
And of course, we can't forget her collaboration with Mbilia Bell.
Oh, gift of God.
What a pairing.
Two powerful voices coming together, creating something truly special.
It's a testament to the richness of Congolese music and a reminder that collaboration can be just as powerful.
Absolutely. And speaking of powerful, we have to talk about Tshala Muana's impact on the next generation.
Her role as a mentor.
It's a crucial part of her story, her commitment to the future of Congolese music.
Mupika wa bijimba kumutu ni kumana. Biasa mamutu chanza wa eku mwana. Biasa mama kasa chanza wa eku sama. Wakuja ni kunwa chanza kupeshi. Kajiba sama chanza nganyi wende wa musama. Ema wene nusema mulisha wa bakwe. Mukwetu ni kwelo ya ye waku musama. Kama ni bilombo ya ye waku bakwile. Bandi mpata wanye pakati benda banjani. Kasaji wa bichabu Silva mabanda dollar before Zambi kufuka chanza mwena make Mupika wa bijimba kumutu ni kumana Biasa mamutu chanza.
How did she use her influence to nurture and guide these upcoming artists? What can we learn from her approach to mentorship?
That's where we'll pick up in our final segment, because understanding her legacy isn't just about looking back.
It's about looking forward
and seeing how her influence continues to shape the music today.
Soki omoni moninga zoya ye kontala miso te mama luka ya yo Kobala na kokipe mwasi ezali des choses différentes Biso babala biso Oza kolekisa tango na yo ba chance na yo Yebela abakeza la tropa Ate kozala ya yo moko Kopesa kote na kokote tata Mama te Kabina yo eza yo moko Masasa pololo lo ya kofane Fote na yo moko Ya no kote ya tata Mwasike Kabina yo eza yo moko Masasa pololo lo ya kofane Grand prêtre mère vie Osio mwana ba chanja l'état
We've covered so much, her music, her fearlessness.
But what really strikes me is how Tshala Muana championed other artists.
Yeah, she didn't just pave her own way, she made sure others could follow.
It was like planting seeds, nurturing a whole new generation.
And it wasn't just words of encouragement either.
Oh no, she was actively involved in their careers. Remember MJ30?
He's a great example.
She brought him into the studio, helped him produce.
Wow, a master class from the queen herself.
Imagine that, having Tshala Muana believe in you, guiding you.
It must have been incredible for those young artists.
And it wasn't just about the technical stuff either.
No, she emphasized their Congolese identity.
Encouraged them to dig deep into their roots, experiment, push boundaries.
It's like she was passing the torch, saying, now make it your own.
Exactly, and it's amazing to see how these artists have taken that inspiration and run with it.
Keeping the tradition alive while also evolving it.
Each one bringing their own unique flavor.
Makes you wonder, what made her mentorship so successful?
Well, her experience, her talent, obviously, but also that genuine passion.
For sharing her knowledge.
For seeing them succeed.
She was more than a mentor, she was a champion for them.
It reminds you, sometimes the greatest legacy isn't just the art you create, but the impact you have on others.
Inspiring them to reach their full potential.
Couldn't have said it better. Tshala Muana's legacy, it's like a ripple effect.
Spreading outwards, touching music, Congolese culture as a whole.
Absolutely.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one thing you hope our listeners take away?
That music can be more than entertainment. It can be a force for change, a reflection of our lives, a bridge between generations.
And Tshala Muana embodied that.
Her legacy inspires us to use our own voices, our talents, to make the world a little brighter.
And for those who've joined us on this journey, we encourage you to explore Tshala Muana's music.
Let yourself be swept away by Mtuashi.
Discover the stories in her lyrics.
And as you listen, think about how her influence will continue to shape Congolese music.
What resonates with you today?
How can we, in our own ways, carry her legacy forward?
It's a question worth pondering, and on that note, we'll leave you to
Chantal Kanyama Mama
But sadly, we know that Tshala Muana passed away in Kinshasa on December 10th, 2022.
2022, that's right.
Yeah.
Her passing was a loss for Congo, but her legacy continues to resonate.
Yeah.
She truly earned her title as the Queen of Mtuashi.
Right.
Not just for her music, but for her commitment to preserving and promoting this centuries-old rhythm.
Wow.
Think about it, a style with roots in the Middle Ages, brought to life for a new generation.
That's incredible.
It is.
You know, I have to admit, my curiosity is piqued.
Oh, yeah.
You mentioned earlier you'd heard her collaboration with Peter Kamandwa. I would love to hear a sample of Tshala Muana's music.
Okay.
Do you have something queued up?
I do. Okay. Let's take a listen to one of her most popular songs.
Right.
This one really showcases her signature style and energy. Okay, here we go.
All right.
It's a good one.
Awesome.
All right, there we have it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
Right.
The rhythm is so infectious.
It is.
I can totally understand why they called her the queen.
Yeah.
It's unlike anything I've ever heard. It's unique. You know, doing these deep dives always reminds me of how much we can learn about a culture, a history, a whole group of people, just by listening to their music.
It's true.
It's like a secret window into their world.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Music is a universal language.
Yeah.
It transcends borders and words. And in Tshala Muana's case, it was the language she used. Not only to express her artistic vision, but also her political convictions and her deep love for her country. It's like her music was woven from the very fabric of Congo itself.
It's true. Her career really does seem to mirror Congo's story in so many ways.
Yes.
You have this blend of tradition and modernity, art intersecting with politics, periods of both celebration and struggle.
Absolutely.
It's all there reflected in her music and her life.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Yeah.
It really makes you wonder about the impact her music had on the political landscape of Congo.
Yeah.
Did it sway opinions?
Right.
Did it mobilize voters?
Wow.
Did it challenge the status quo?
Yeah.
These are questions that historians and cultural critics will probably be grappling with for years to come.
It's a good reminder that an artist's influence can extend far beyond the stage or the recording studio.
For sure.
Tshala Muana was so much more than a singer.
So much more.
She was a performer, an entrepreneur, a political figure, a cultural icon.
And let's not forget, a woman navigating a male-dominated world to achieve all that she did, especially in the context of the time, speaks volumes about her strength and determination. Really makes you think about all the challenges she must have faced and overcome. It's inspiring.
It makes you wonder what she could have accomplished if she had more time. What other boundaries she might have pushed.
Absolutely.
But even though she's gone, she leaves behind an incredible legacy.
An incredible legacy. A legacy that will hopefully inspire future generations of artists and activists to find their own voices. And to use their talents to make a real difference in the world. It's a powerful message that anyone can carry with them, no matter their field or their passion.
Absolutely. And I hope our listener who requested this deep dive is feeling as inspired as I am right now.
Oh, yeah.
We've only scratched the surface of Tshala Muana's life and career. But hopefully we've sparked a desire to learn even more.
There's so much more to explore. Her music in its entirety, the nuances of Mtuashi, the complex political history of Congo. It's a rabbit hole worth going down.
I have a feeling that our listener is exactly the kind of person who loves digging deeper and uncovering hidden gems.
Absolutely.
This deep dive is just the beginning of a much larger journey of discovery.
Yeah, and what better way to honor her legacy than by keeping her music alive and sharing her story with others?
Absolutely.
I feel like I've learned so much already.
Yeah.
And yet I know there's so much more to uncover.
That's the beauty of a deep dive like this.
Yeah.
It opens up these new avenues for exploration. It's not about having all the answers, but it's about sparking that curiosity.
Yeah, that desire to learn more.
Yeah, what fascinates me about her story is how it challenges us to think about the role of artists in society.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Can they be entertainers and activists? Can they preserve tradition while embracing innovation? Her life seems to suggest a resounding
It really makes you think about how much power music can have.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just about notes and rhythms and melodies.
Right.
It's about the stories behind them, the lives that shaped them, the emotions that they evoke.
Exactly. And Tshala Muana understood that power.
She did.
She used it to connect with people, to inspire them, to make them think.
To make them think. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I'm left with a question for you, our listener.
Okay.
What does Tshala Muana's life and career tell us about the power of music as a tool for cultural expression and political change?
It's a powerful question, and one that could lead down some fascinating paths of exploration.
Absolutely.
Maybe you'll seek out more of her music, or dive into the history of Mtuashi, or even explore the complexities of Congolese politics.
Yeah, it's all connected.
It really is.
Whatever path you choose, I hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity and left you with a sense of wonder. Because as Tshala Muana's story so beautifully illustrates, there's always more to learn, more to discover, and more to be inspired by in this world.
Absolutely.
Never stop exploring.
Beautifully said.
Thank you.
And on that note, we'll leave you to continue your own exploration.
Yeah.
Until next time, happy listening. Keep diving deep.
Muntu yonso ujini wende mu mutima mweyo yo 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 kemai yo 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 barunya mutima sendu banza bamanga we muswe kuchina malwe sanga ulonge beyi nemigano ya ulokwe kwa majina nga munda mwebe nange nzambi webe kumpala kwa byonso unemeke baleji bende wala kanyi kantu kamukwe shabane mukaja bende kule nabila ikwa